winter wind howled through the broken seams of the old metal shed as Marcus Hale tightened his jacket around his shoulders, his breath turning to frost in the dim light. He had once survived deserts and battlegrounds, but nothing felt as cold as this new kind of loneliness, one where he returned home a disabled veteran, legs barely functioning, and no place to go except an abandoned shed behind a junkyard. He didn't expect anyone to find him there. He didn't expect kindness. He certainly didn't expect the notorious roar of motorcycle engines to become the sound that would save his life. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and humanity still shining through unexpected places, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps bring more real, powerful stories to life. Marcus had spent months living in that shed, patching the holes with cardboard and plastic, using an old camping stove for warmth, and fixing whatever broken appliance or engine part the junkyard owner let him take. It gave him purpose, something to keep his hands busy while his mind battled memories he couldn't shut off. The VA waitlist stretched endlessly ahead. The world outside moved too fast for a man still learning how to navigate it from a wheelchair. Every night he would lie awake listening to the wind slide under the shed door, wondering how a man could serve his country for years and still end up forgotten. He didn't meet the bikers by choice. One morning, the deep, gravelly rumble of engines shook the junkyard, and Marcus wheeled himself into the daylight just in time to see a group of leather-clad riders pulling in. Their vests carried patches he recognized from news stories, bold skull wings, the name that made people stiffen, Hell's Angels. For a moment, Marcus considered turning around. Men like them didn't usually wander into places like this without a reason, and men like him, broken, quiet, surviving, didn't want trouble, but trouble had arrived anyway, except it didn't come in the way he expected. One of the bikers, a burly man with a silver beard and a vest heavy with patches, was pushing a motorcycle that sputtered smoke from its engine. He grimaced, muttering curses under his breath, and Marcus, driven more by instinct than courage, called out that he could take a look. The bikers stared at him, sizing him up, unsure. Marcus braced himself, waiting for the dismissal, the pity, the ridicule. Instead, the bearded man stepped aside silently, letting Marcus roll forward and lift the engine cover with hands that had repaired everything from Humvees to helicopters. The machine spoke a language he understood. That was the one thing life couldn't take from him. It took Marcus less than 15 minutes to diagnose the problem, 20 to fix it. When the engine roared back to life, the biker's eyes widened, not with mockery, but with respect. They paid him generously, far more than he expected. But what stayed with him wasn't the money. It was the handshake from the bearded man and the quiet, nodding gratitude that said Marcus was no charity case. He was a man with value. Days passed. Then weeks. More bikers returned, bringing broken engines, chipped parts, electrical issues, each time asking for Marcus specifically. They didn't just drop things off and leave. They stayed, talked, listened. They learned bits of his story, enough to feel the weight behind his quiet determination and the reality of the shed he called home. One rainy night, when the sky was cracking with thunder, the bearded biker, who introduced himself only as a bear, found Marcus shivering inside the shed with water pooling beneath his wheelchair. Bear didn't speak for a long time. He just stood there, taking in the collapsing structure, the wet blankets, and Marcus's trembling hands. The next morning, Marcus woke to the sound of trucks and voices. Not one biker. Not 10. Hundreds, nearly 900 Hell's Angels gathered in the junkyard like a small army. Trucks unloaded lumber, metal beams, insulation, tools, appliances, everything needed to build more than just a shelter. Marcus watched from his chair, overwhelmed, as men who barely knew him worked like family. Some framed walls. Others installed heating. A few set up wiring, lighting, and plumbing. What rose from the ground wasn't a shed, or a replacement, or a handout. They built him a shop. A fully equipped motorcycle repair workshop, complete with ramps, adaptive tools, a small office, and a living area in the back designed for his wheelchair. His name was painted in bold letters above the entrance, Hale's Repair and Customs. Marcus cried that day, not from weakness, but from the undeniable reality that somewhere along the broken path of his life, strangers had decided he deserved dignity, support, and a future. The shop opened within a month, and bikers from all over lined up outside, not because he was a charity case, but because he was the best mechanic they had met. Marcus poured himself into the work, remembering what it felt like to belong to a team. He fixed engines the same way he fixed parts of himself, steadily, patiently, relentlessly. His hands healed others. In the process, they healed him too. The Hell's Angels didn't stop showing up. They brought him food, supplies, customers, and company. Bear visited often, leaning against the counter while Marcus tinkered, telling stories from the road. Marcus learned that even men with intimidating reputations carried their own scars, their own losses, their own need for redemption. Over time, the shed became a distant memory. The nightmares quieted. The cold stopped haunting him. His shop grew, and with it, his pride. People from the community started coming by, not just for repairs but to shake his hand, to hear his story, to be reminded that goodness can come from the most unexpected places. And Marcus, who once felt discarded by the world, discovered that purpose doesn't disappear when life breaks you. Sometimes, it only waits for the right people to lift you back up. If this story touched your heart, please like the video, share it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe for more powerful true life stories. Your support helps keep these messages alive. Before the ending, please comment your thoughts below. Did this story restore a bit of your faith in humanity? In the end, Marcus would often look around his bustling shop, the sound of revving engines filling the air, the smell of oil and steel reminding him of the life he almost lost, and whisper a quiet thank you to the road that led the bikers to his shed, to the men who refused to let him fade, and to the strength he found within himself. Because no matter how broken a man may feel, compassion has the power to rebuild him stronger than before.